you have done. Then the clerk will receive the request from you. Then he will process in the system. System asks for your user ID and the date on which you want to know the information of transaction. Then the clerk enters the corresponding information. If the ID is valid, then the system process. So it will give the information of all your transaction on a particular date, and it gives the details of on what date you have borrowed the book and the return date and the deadline to be followed and the title of the book. So once everything is known, clerk will take the printout of these transactions displayed on the system. Then he will hand it over to the user. This is how you have to write the use case for member transactions. Followed, students? Shall we go to the next one? Students? Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us see the next one. How to write a use case to place a hold and to remove a hold. Place a hold means to put a deadline. And once you return the book, the deadline can be removed. So these are the actions performed by the actor, and these are the responses from the system. I have two columns to be discussed here. The first one, two diagrams. The first diagram is for placing a hold. The second one to remove a hold. So coming to the first one, first step here, the clerk issues a request to place a hold. So like you are requesting, this is the book I am taking, what's the deadline to be followed? This is the date, for example, 1 month is a specified time. So you are requesting for the clerk to give the book for the specific period of time. So what actually the clerk does, he will first receive the request from you to place a hold on the book. Then he will process in the system what actually the system asks for. It asks for the book's ID, which book you want to avail the facility. That book ID has to be given. Then ID of the member ID also should be known, and the duration of the hold, whether 1 month or 2 weeks, whatever. The maximum deadline is 1 month. If you want to avail for 15 days, 15 days can also be considered. The duration has to be specified. So the clerk enters, what are the details he has to enter? Book ID has to enter, then the user ID has to enter, and the duration, the deadline period, time has to be entered. So now the system checks that the user and book identifiers are valid. Whether the book is valid book, what you are availing, whether it is belong to your branch or whatever, and it will also check whether the valid person is availing the facility, and the rule 6 has to be satisfied here. What is there in rule 6? Let's read out rule 6. Rule 6, holds can be placed only on books that are currently checked out. Currently when you are availing, that time only the deadline will be specified. You cannot put the deadline for the book which you have already taken, previous date, whatever you have taken, no, that day transaction you can't put the hold. Only the current transaction it will place a hold. Okay, so it will check for the rule 6 to be satisfied. If yes, it records that the user has a hold on the book and displays. That's what. So that day you are availing the book, from that date, 15 days or 20 days or 1 month, it will display that time. Otherwise, it outputs an appropriate error message. So if your rule 6 is not satisfied, then it will not process. Then error message is going to be displayed. This is how the deadline is placed on the book. To whom it. Next we have use case to process holds. How to process the holds? How to put the deadline? What are the steps to be taken care? So these are the actions performed by the actor, and these are the response from the system we have. The first step here, the clerk issues a request to process holds. Your member is asking, the member is requesting to process the holds. So what is that? He has to check. He has to check for rule 5. Let us see what is there in the rule 5. So when a book with a hold is returned, the appropriate member will be notified. That's what. If you have crossed the deadline, then the rule 5, you are what? You are crossing rule 5. So if you have crossed the deadline, then for the particular member, notification is generated. Some memo will be given. Some action will be taken. That is there in the rule 5. Okay. So it checks for rule 5. So if everything is fine, if you have not crossed the deadline, then it will, we will process with the system. The system asks for the book's ID. Okay, the book ID, the clerk will enter the book ID Now in the next step, system enters the name and phone number of the first member with an unexpired hold on the book. That's what it will check. The expiry date, what was the deadline given, and what is the date you are returned, all that it will check. If everything is fine, then the system responds there is no hold. So there is no issue with your deadline. You have followed the deadline time. So the system then asks if there are any more books to be processed. So if there are some more books to be processed, then it is asking the question for the clerk. If there is no hold, the book is then shelved back to its designated location. That means you have returned the book within the specified time. Now library clerk has taken that book and he has processed in the system. Now he will put it in the location, designated location in the library. So otherwise the clerk prints out the information, places it in the book and then replaces in the affirmative or negative. That means if there is any problem, revised version, you are going to start with the rules. So rule 1 and rule 2 both you are going to check. So both rule 1 and rule 2 should be defined. What actually the rule 1 is and what actually the rule 2 is. And with respect to rule 1 and rule 2, you have to explain these transactions. Any rules here? Yes. You have to check with the rule 5. So rule 5 has to be defined and explanation should be given with respect to rule 5. When you come to the step 6. Any rules here? Rule 3. Rule 3 has to be defined and you have to explain the 5th step with respect to rule 3. Then what else we have? No rules here. Okay. Any rules have to be satisfied? Rule 6 has to be satisfied here. So define rule 6 and explain this 4th step with respect to rule 6. Then here rule 5 has to be explained with respect to step 1. How about this one? Which rule? Rule 4. Rule 4 has to be defined and step 8 has to be explained with respect to